Casties, or human towers, are one of the most genuine and unique cultural displays. Under the motto, strength, balance, courage, and good sense, casties are an excellent way of showcasing Catalonia to the world. Watching, or even better, taking part in a casties display is a thrilling experience that really highlights the individual and collective struggle for improvement. But why make casties? What makes these groups of people in costume climb on top of each other like this? Why do they get so much pleasure from the goals they achieve? Casties are unique in the world. Their visual impact and the excitement are accompanied by great showmanship. Each casteth raised is accompanied with the uncertainty of whether it will be completed successfully or fall before it is completed. Casties originated in Valls, in the vicinity of Tarragona, at the end of the 18th century. They are an evolution of a folk dance called Ball de Valencians, native to the Valencian country, which consisted of different human figures. One of them became more and more important. The incentive was making it higher or more complicated, not only to better oneself but also to outdo other dance groups. In Valls, such competition ended up making the final figures separate performances, until they became what we know today as casties. At the turn of the 19th century, the casties experienced a period of neglect during which they almost disappear, but they resurfaced again in the 1920s. After the Franco dictatorship in the early 1980s, and especially during the 1990s, the casties experienced the boom that catapulted the festive tradition into its most popular period in over 200 years of history. It was this growth that led to the creation, at the end of the 80s, of the governing body, the Coordinadora de Colles Castelleres of Catalonia. Casties are raised in a festive atmosphere, usually as part of the annual festivals held in Catalan villages and towns. Nowadays, casties can be seen almost all year round, and over 10,000 castes are raised every year. In addition to the regular season, which includes about 1,000 performances each year, there are a couple of special events. Every 10 years, those ending in 1, Valls hosts the decennial festivals, with the participation of all existing teams, at the time. In turn, a Tarragona contest is held every 2 years, the only time when casties are raised purely for the purpose of competing. There are over 100 groups scattered throughout Catalonia and other Catalan-speaking areas, such as the Balearic Islands, southern France and Andorra. Although the spread of casties has also arrived in cities such as Madrid, Paris, London, Montreal, Sydney or Copenhagen. Since their origins, casties have always been raised by Castelleres, but with help of other enthusiasts in the pinya, the human structure in direct contact with the ground and supporting the tower. Today, teams often help each other. Proof of the impact and popularity of casties is that in the Catalan language, the expression fer pinya has become synonymous with working together. The pinya is the base of the castí, but some larger constructions have what is known as the folre, a second smaller pinya on top of the first. Some of the taller casties even have a third pinya, known as the manias, or even a fourth one, known as puntals. Apart from the piña, casties comprise the trunk, which is the structure of members who climb on top of each other. Casties are crowned by a pom de dalt, comprising 3 layers, dosos, acachador, and engineta, made by children. Casties can be 6, 7, 8, 9, and even 10 levels height. They can be simple structures with 1, 2, 3, or 4 people per level, or complex structures with 5, 7, or even 9 people per level. There are other kinds of composite towers, such as those with a guya pillar, in which an internal pillar emerges as the structure is dismantled. There are other less frequently seen constructions, such as the casties raised from below in reverse, that is beginning from the top and using strength to raise each level. The teams were traditionally formed by men and were patterned on very specific social models. Nowadays, teams are a faithful reflection of their social and cultural environment. The integration of women, especially from the 1980s onward, has been another decisive factor in attaining the excellent performance of today's casties. People of all ages, social statuses, and diverse backgrounds share rehearsals, performances, activities, and social environments and come together for a common purpose: to raise casties. The more complex and beautiful, the better. Casties wouldn't be casties without the music of the greyes, traditional Catalan wind instruments, and drums, called timbals. The toc de castell is the most well-known piece of music, since it is played while the castell is raised. It marks a speed and rhythm for the participants to follow and signals the different phases of construction. Casties are an activity that, to a large extent, remain faithful to the spirit and practices dating back 200 years. This link with tradition, however, does not imply that casties have not been able to adapt to new times. This explains the incredible vitality they still show today. That is why casties have been subject of a number of scientific studies as well as technical sessions focusing on physical, organizational, or psychological aspects, also designed to improve safety. This kind of research led to designing specific protective helmet worn by the youngest children since 2006. The members of the teams are amateurs, and yet casties require careful rehearsals in which dozens and even hundreds of people take part in order to happen. Casties are a genuinely Catalan tradition that was included in UNESCO's representative list of the World Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2010. This recognition was a significant step forward in the projection of casties worldwide. Casties have achieved a major presence in media and on the internet, not only for the aesthetic spectacle and emotion they offer. Each castell is the result of universal values such as teamwork, effort, spirit of improvement, a sense of belonging, and the integration of people of all ages, backgrounds, and social conditions. These are the casties, a treasure with a historical legacy, a splendid present, and a promising future.